Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I'm recording this after the fact, after I've already done the recording that you're going to see in a couple of moments. It is the pickup video for this week. I already saw how long it's going to be, so I'll keep the preamble short. This one is a combination of a COMC order that came in. So these are the Modano cards from that COMC order. This is the follow-up to the previous video I made that was the non-Modano stuff. And then also some eBay lots that came in. The big news from it was that I met one of my goals for the year. Where those of you, if you didn't catch the goals video, I'll quickly play a clip on the specific part right now. I want to get to 2,000 total unique cards. We're rapidly approaching that. As I complete this year, as I'm filming this right now, I'm at 1,700 unique cards. The 1,700 came in yesterday. So now the clip you're going to see to finish off the video is going to be me showing off those cards and then giving you the updated totals, which include the successful completion of that goal. I'll do a separate video later where I'll specifically talk about what happens, why I picked the goal that was so straightforward. I did mention it a little bit here and there, but this video is already long enough, so I'll make that into its own separate video talking about then what's going to be the shift with having met that main goal there and what I'm going to do going forward for the rest of the year, because I did want to make sure I finished that a little bit earlier in the year, and already great progress anyway, and I'll still be picking up more cards going forward, which I do reference in that video. So here we go. I'm going to go to the clip of me showing off the cards, and we'll catch you in the next one. So as far as the pickups are concerned, we're going to start with that, and then I'm going to start off with the stuff from COMC first. There's quite a stack of it, so I'm not going to spend too much time on all of it. But then once I get through the end of it, then at the very end, I'll do some stuff from eBay and then update you on all the totals. So here we go. First one is going to be from 2016-17 Exquisite Hockey. It is, I believe it's one of the parallels here of the Legends. So it is the Exquisite card, and it is numbered 299. So I'll put a couple of these here temporarily as I go through them quickly. Like I said, some of these I got to spend a little less time on, just otherwise the video will be 4 hours long. This next one here is actually a fairly early card from that first segment. I break up my checklist into 5-year segments, so this is for one of the ones that I need for that first piece. So this is 94.95, and this is the O-Pee-Chee version, so O-Pee-Chee Premier, and it is the parallel. So I'll show you there. So you can see from the background there on Modano. Let me make sure we got that in focus. So I'll put on the screen the name of the parallel. It escapes me right now, but there is the base card, and then there's the parallel, and then there's a Topps and an O-Pee-Chee version. Very cool looking, especially the technology. So that's in the first 5-year segment, and as I go along, I'll just start adding stuff to the pile over here. This next one here is a card that I've had on the channel before, but it was a different variant of it, and I'll show you quickly what the differences is. So this is an early 90s Modano here, and as you can see, it's using the same picture as the rookie card, but this is from COMC, Swedish COMC. And this one here, as you can see, in the back, they've got the little ad there, Marabou, and then it's Helsinki. So this is the Finnish version. Well, there's also a Swedish version that has the same front design, but a different back design. So that is a bit of a distinction on it, and Beckett does acknowledge the two different versions. So when I'm looking at some of this stuff, I'm looking at the Beckett checklist as kind of my reference point for it. Let me kind of zip forward here. A lot of these first couple are just variants of ones that I already have, but then I needed the other copy of. So this one is a Pinnacle base card, I believe from 91-92 Pinnacle, and this is the Game Winners subset. And I have one of these, but what you're looking for usually is the differences. So this one's got all the English on the back, so that's regular Pinnacle as opposed to the Canadian Pinnacle, which is bilingual. So really that's that kind of distinction that I'm doing with a lot of these early 90s cards, is that it's not that I don't have the original card, it's that there's another variant out there, and that's what I'm looking for. Same kind of idea here. This is a parallel as well. So this is the first day issue. So again, a very early year card. So you can see there in the corner, you got the reflective foil, first day issue. So then that's the O-Pee-Chee first day issue, you can see. So this, the COMC does have these little slips on the back. I mentioned that in a previous video, so I'm going to take that out. As I go along and I start filing these away, I'll be taking those out. But big differentiator from what I did a little bit of quick digging on it is that, let me see if I can get that in focus, is you see PTD in USA. That's apparently how you tell that it's the O-Pee-Chee version. So in some of the other issues, you can do English or English and French, and that's kind of your indicator. In this case, apparently it's a PTD in USA, and that's how you tell the difference. There you go. So I'll put that there. And I do appreciate when they have the old school. Basically, I think this was still when they were in Minnesota. This was this was probably the last year in Minnesota, but they had the uniform that kind of carried over the first year in Dallas. So that had that little transition period. And the same thing with this card as well. So this is 93-94 score. This is the Canadian. And I'll show you what the difference is on this one. So take a look on the front here. So score Canadian. And again, it's a transitional issue. Once you get to Dallas, they do mention here that it is Dallas Stars. but I think, I could be mistaken, but I think this picture still qualifies as the Minnesota one because you would have Dallas on the front patch there, and you would also have the Texas shoulder emblems. So I don't think that was the case in this image, although I could be mistaken. But I think by this point, the team had moved to Dallas officially, because you can see it shows North Stars there. And then you can see also it's English and French. So that's kind of your indicator that it's a Canadian version. Subtle stuff, subtle differences, but it does make a difference. Okay, so this is Pinnacle Team 2001. So this is the French version. Pretty self-explanatory. I did like that on some of these Pinnacle ones, so you can see the little shoulder crests there. So you can already tell the transition is happening as far as the images are concerned, even though this is drawn. And then this one's kind of this one is same vein, but this is Pinnacle Team 2000. You can see it's an actual image. But you can also see the 75th anniversary patch there. And if you look at this shoulder patch, that is not a Dallas shoulder patch. So it's small subtle differences because there was that little transitional period. Just to give you a little contrast. This one is a 94-95 Upper Deck Predictor. So this is the retail winner. So this is the gold version. So Predictors. And if you guys remember those, it's where if they accomplished a certain task, then what would happen is that you could submit it in and get a winner card. So in this case, it's the gold card. So a lot of these early ones that I'm showing you were ones that eluded me for a long time, just because they were ones on the checklist, but I hadn't gone around to it. This next one here is a 2000-2001 Topps Own the Game, and then there's also an O-Pee-Chee Own the Game. So again, slight variations. Nice looking cards though. Swap that out. Okay, this next one here. This is 97-98 Donruss Priority. This is the direct deposit, but this one is specifically the promo version. Now, Beckett doesn't actually acknowledge this card, so the big differentiator is, design-wise, it's virtually identical to the direct deposits that's in the main issue. The big difference is on the back, and I'll show you. So I can get this little slip out here. There we go. Cool. So the back is pretty clear. You got the little promo out of 3000 there on the back, and that's how you can tell the difference. I'd be curious if those also have the ones that are like the kind of the executive one. It would be a bunch of X's. I've shown cards like that before on the channel. I don't know if that one has one, but it wouldn't surprise me. Something just to throw out there. This is 2000-2001 Topps Heritage. This is the Chrome. It's out of 555. So that's to mimic the 54-55 Topps design, but obviously in Chrome. Neat looking card. And then now a couple of modern cards here. It's in no particular order. I did put a couple of those earlier ones at the front just to sort it through, but the rest of them are kind of in no particular order. 2011-2012 Panini Dominion. So this is the base card out of 199. It is a very thick card, basically memorabilia thickness. It pretty much serves as its own decoy. This one here is 2008-2009 Upper Deck MVP, the gold script, out of 100. Just trying to fill in the gaps on these ones because there's a bunch of gold scripts for all those years that MVP was available, especially during Modano's career. Okay. Next to here are two versions. So you got 2003-04 Pacific Supreme. So we got the base card first, unnumbered. And then we got ourselves the blue version, also unnumbered. Just trying to fill in some of those years there in the early 2000s. This next one here is 2003-2004 Upper Deck Black Diamond. So what you'll get a sense of is I'll say a lot of 2003-04 because I was trying to fill in some of those gaps. So this is the Black Diamond Threads. This is going to be the green jersey card. And this is out of 99. There we go. So they got the base version, they got a red version, and I believe there's one more if memory serves me, but the base and red are ones that I can remember offhand. Next one here, 2003-2004 O-Pee-Chee. This is the blue variant out of 500. Okay. And this is, again, 2003-04 Bowman Draft Picks, the base gold. And I believe this one finishes off the rainbow for me. Memory serves. Because I think that was the last one I was missing, including the various Chrome versions. So I've already got those. Okay. Here's another couple of jersey cards coming up here. So 2013-14 SP Game Used Edition, Authentic Fabrics, Dual, Modano and Ed Belfour. So a lot of these pickups, we're just trying to clear through some of the backlog of different memorabilia cards that I still need for a lot of it. It's the only downside of a lot of the 2000s and beyond is that obviously memorabilia cards become so ubiquitous that there are just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And even if you keep stockpiling them, you know, this COMC mail day will pretty much indicate to you that that was the best use out of the platform to pick up stuff like this. Testament to how annoying they've made it to this point and the degradation of their service, that it's just not worth the bother. But this is basically what COMC used to be good for. So same thing again, 2003-4 in the game action franchise game used card. So if anybody remembers the in the game action, not too bad. Okay, again, another jersey card here. 2003-4 Upper Deck Ice Clear Cut. You got a 3-color swatch on that, and you can see there's actually a see-through window, so I'll take off the little slip on it so you can see it properly. There we go. So you can see the little ice pattern, but you can also see it is see-through. 3-color piece is cool. Always appreciative when you can get one of those. Okay, so this is a retail exclusive. This was a 2014-15 Upper Deck Overtime, the Emerald, parallel out of 99. And I believe that completes that little mini rainbow as well for me, but I'll have to double check the checklist, but I believe it does. Another jersey card here, 05-6 Upper Deck Trilogy, Honorary Swatches. I'm going to try to zip through a bunch of these here just to get to, I don't want to say the good stuff, but there is some pretty nice and fancy stuff here that I did put in the back of the pile just to make it a little interesting. I like this one. This is from 2013-14 Select. This is the Black Friday Red Prism. And I've shown some of these before, but these are actually pretty sweet. I've been looking for the other versions of Modano. I have the base and the regular Prism, but there's the red Prism, which is pretty cool looking. Looking for the green and some of the other ones potentially, but all in due time. Okay, this is one for the early 2000s. 2000-2001 in the Game Via Player Memorabilia, the Ruby Parallel out of 200. Pretty straightforward. Okay, this next one is a fun card. We got one of the heads up ones as I start to fill them out. Again, I think I'm pretty close to the rainbow for this, if not complete. 2001-2002 Pacific Heads Up Red. This is out of 165. And I've shown cards from this series already in the last little while, but you got the nice psychedelic design, so if you like that. And then the number obviously there is at the bottom with the red foil. It's very cool. I think you probably drove the camera crazy a little bit there. Apologize for that. This is the base version of 2000-2001 Pacific Aurora Championship Fever. So I've got a couple of the different parallels, and here's the base version, gold foil on that. Now you can see why I had to separate this out into 2 videos so it wouldn't get too long. Okay, 2002-2003 Pacific Private Stock Titanium. This is the blue parallel out of 450. Yeah, blue parallel. A little tough to see. I have to get the light on it just right. Okay. And this one here is 14-15 Upper Deck Black Diamond Base. This is the orange variant. I'm just trying to see. I don't think these are numbered. Let me double check this one. I don't believe they are. I think they are numbered. So here it is, the orange. Very cool looking card though. Looks neat when they put the foil on it as well. Nice shade of orange. So there we go. And this one here is just the base card that I needed. 2007-8 Fleer Ultra. Base card. It's not always parallels and inserts. Sometimes you need the base cards too if you're going to collect the player. 2007-8 Fleer Ultra Flare Showcase. Really nice looking cards. They do honor a lot of the design of the past with that. Nice and shiny. Okay, a couple of more jersey cards here. This is 7-8 Fleer Hot Prospects. So this is the hot materials. Okay, so I'm going to move these both here just to make a little space. we got the Hot Materials, a 2-color piece. And then this one is the Hot Materials Red Hot, parallel of that. Numbered to 100. So you can see in terms of outside of the little bit of coloring there, it's very similar. There's not really a lot to it, but they are distinct. And it is two color swatches for both, so that's nice. I always appreciate that. So there you go, a little contrast there. Next, base card for 2003-2004 Upper Deck Premier Collection. These are numbered to $3.99. So these were a nice premium product. Showing off some cards from that in the not too distant past here. This is 2009-10 Upper Deck UD Black base card out of 99. Base card though is a jersey card. Though they do call it a base. So there you go. Nice card. Okay, this one is one that I didn't realize that I needed until I started looking through the checklist and found some interesting gaps. 2000-2001 SP Authentic Special Forces insert. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. I don't think the odds were particularly long on these, but I just needed it. It is nice looking though. The rainbow foil in the background is nice. Looks cool. Here's another jersey card for the collection. This is for 2002-2003 Upper Deck Mass Collection, Instant Offense, and these are numbered to 250. There you go. Okay, now this one I believe unfortunately escaped from its original holder. So this is the format I have it in, but I'll have to take a look around and see if I can find the original version as well. 2007-8 In the Game Ultimate. So this is the Game Used Jersey Silver. These were limited to 24 copies. And it is a 2-color piece. Now I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure these were in those Beckett type holders encapsulated. Now here's the downside. This is what happens when you get something like this. And I've talked about it before with those Ultimate cards, is that, well, what happens if the case cracks? What happens if, they refuse to replace it and stuff like that? And that was always the big risk, because even though you've got the card like this and it looks nice, and honestly it'll look fine in a holder, you'll have to ignore the price tag. Apparently that's the way COMC sent it, but you can see there's no number on it. I know it's out of 24 because I've done my research and the information's available out there, so you can see that the regular jersey card is out of 24, but otherwise you wouldn't know, because all that information was on the case and on the label. So just something to bear in mind for those things. Next one, 2013-14 Panini Crown Royale Mythology Materials jersey card. Not numbered. Pretty neat design though. That's a later Crown Royale. Okay. This one here is one to fill in the gap as well. 2000-2001 Upper Deck Legends Legendary Gold. So this is out of 375. It's a base card, but the parallel of it, Legendary Collection. And there's, I believe, one with him and Ed Belfour that have the same, along with a couple of variants. Okay, another jersey card here. 2005-06 Ultimate Collection National Heroes out of 225. This is from Ultimate. Cool. Okay, this one is 6-7, 2006-07 Upper Deck Artifacts, Frozen Artifacts Silver version out of 50. They got a lot of different variants of this one, including patches and stuff. So I've gotten some of these, so that'll go with the pile with the other ones. Now this one's interesting. This one is from 2007-2008 In the Game Superlative. This is Famous Fabrics Holy Grail, silver version, limited to 9. Now these I'm a little lukewarm on. It's one of those things where the opportunity presented itself to pick it up. It was cheap enough. Obviously, you can see Modano, 1989, Superlative, and then you've got the image of Lord Stanley there in the corner, Holy Grail, to represent the Stanley Cup. But at the same time, like, no image of the player at all. It is a nice size swatch. It is, 2-color and everything. And this time around in the game did number it, which is nice, so 6 of 9. But I don't know, it just takes something away that it's a memorabilia card where the player isn't even on it. Just kind of weird. But nonetheless, another one for the collection. Kind of interesting. Okay, and here we go. Down to the last couple here from the COMC, but I'll show these to you. Sorry, the last little group. 2019-2020, so pretty recent. Upper Deck Ultimate Collection, so the base autographs. So the Legends autograph. Clean auto, hard signed, always appreciate that. Silver foil there, do appreciate that as well. Nice clean and bold blue Sharpie. Pretty sweet. Okay, now if you like your patches here, we're going to start showing you a couple in the next little bit here. We're going to start with this one. This is 2009, 2008, 2009, Upper Deck Black. So it's kind of a dual jersey, but it's really a dual patch dual jersey with Modano and Jeremy Roenick. So check that out, especially the two patches on top. Pretty sweet. So that's about as good a Dallas patch as you're going to get in that kind of a window. And then I think that's a Phoenix Coyote jersey for Jeremy Roenick there on the other side. Nice little burgundy, some purple. Like, it's really nice. That is a great patch. So numbered out of 25. So pretty good group in there already with an autograph to boot. Very nice. Okay, now these next two, I'm going to take this off. These next two are kind of fun. They're a little different. Now this was from Leaf. This is an early attempt from Leaf. So this is 2014 Leaf Peck and Snider, which is based on like an old school, I guess an old school tobacco set, if memory serves me. I'd done a little bit of research on it, but it was very light. But it became this multi-sport set they created, and they did have a Modano card for it. So this is a Peck and Snider promo. So let me show that to you. So you can see also the card is a little bit different shaped. Hockey Club of Dallas. So that's a promo card. It's kind of neat. Got the oversized holder and everything. Now, in addition, COMC also had this card, which is the same, Peck and Snider, but the printing plate, the magenta printing plate. So obviously that's a 1-of-1. You can still make out Hockey Club of Dallas, and you can see the player pretty well. That's kind of a unique pairing to have together, but kind of cool to add to this. The Beckett does acknowledge this one, but it doesn't talk about the printing plate, so I was able to get both of them because the seller had both, so no complaints from me, but very cool. Something a little different. And then this was the big piece from the COMC order, the last big piece. This is from 2019-2020 Leaf Superlative, and this is from a subset called Superlative 7. So it contains Jerome McGinley, Mike Bossy, Matt Sundin, Joe Sakic, Bobby Hull, Mike Modano, and Guy Lafleur patch pieces. And this is the red version, or the, what is it called? It is the, well, I guess they call it pink. So there you go. So it is the number to 12, either way. So you can see not all the patches. You can see on the Sundin, there's a little bit of white over there if I tilt it. The Mike Bossy piece is two colors, but again, by a sliver. The Jerome McGinley by a sliver. Sakic piece is nice. The Bobby Hull piece is nice. The Modano piece is nice. Not all perfect, but pretty nice. And there's another one of these that I may have on the way. Not the exact same one, but another variant of it. But when I order that and get it in, I'll show it to you. But that's the last of the COMC pieces. So I may as well, actually, I'll keep the eBay stuff separate. But there you go. Good piece to finish up on. So overall, that was 49 Modano cards from the COMC order specifically. But I'm not done yet. I do have some stuff from eBay as well, and some pretty good stuff. So we're going to finish off with this. Okay, so these ones I tried to put in some kind of an order just to keep it interesting, but we'll go through them quickly here anyway. 2007-2008, O-Pee-Chee Hockey, and this is quad jerseys. So in this one we got Modano and Marty Turco, and then Mike Ribeiro and Yuri Lettinen. So quad jersey. It's nice to have a little bit of red there, the two-color piece from Yuri Lettinen. It's nice to have a little variety, just to make things interesting, just to keep it interesting going. Next one here is kind of a fun one. It is a little different because obviously these don't come up a lot. But this is from 2008-2009 Upper Deck Black Diamond. And this is the jersey, which has 4 windows, but it is the Onyx variant. In this lighting, you can see it a little bit better than you can in the regular lighting. It is numbered to 10, but that is the Onyx. Very cool. So this is a nice rare piece. There's a couple of variants of that, so I'm trying to chip away at that as well. I do like putting together little rainbows like that. Next one here, 2008-2009 Artifacts Hockey. This is a jersey patch card, but check out the patch piece on this one. Look at the colors. Pretty good. So again, with the size of window, pretty solid. So that is numbered to 35. Frozen Artifacts. Very good. Okay, now if you do like your patches, these next couple are still going to be pretty good for you. So this is 2003-2004. This is titanium, and this is the patch piece, numbered to 25. Check that out again. Pretty nice patch piece, and numbered to 25 there at the bottom. I like the design of these. It's nice and clean. Good stuff. All right. We're getting down to some really good stuff here, and believe it or not, I've still got some more nice patches. So all the rest of these to finish off with, you're going to see 4 more patches here before I'm done. So next one here is 2007-2008 Artifacts Hockey. So this is Mike Modano and Joe Mullen. So this is the red variant, and this is numbered to 10 as well. There's going to be a couple out of 10 coming up here, and this is 9 of 10. So it is the Modano jersey numbered to no less. And you can see 2 color patches on both. Very nice. Very nice indeed. That'll do. That's a pretty good pairing right there. But let's take the 20 out of 25 out, and let's replace it with an out of 15. So here's another one with some nice patches. So let's talk about 2009-10 O-Pee-Chee Premier. So kind of another premium brand. So this is a trio, so a triple patch piece. This is going to be Brian Leetch, Mike Modano, and Zach Parise. Numbered to 15. Pretty good. That'll do. You can see with 3 patch pieces, like the Modano actually technically is 4 colors if you see a little bit of the white there on the bottom. So that's pretty strong, especially for those patch pieces. That's pretty good. For one mail week, it's already pretty strong. And like I said, I'm past the COMC stuff now. I'm just on eBay stuff. So it's been a good week at the mail for sure. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this one here for the end, and I'm going to show you this next one, because this next one is pretty good as well. We'll put a nice pair on the screen there. So let me replace the out of 10 and replace it with a different out of 10. So this is from a 2002-2003 Be a Player memorabilia, and this is the All-Star in the Numbers patch. I actually originally thought I already had this because the design of this is very similar to the emblem version. Like it uses the same photograph, the same window, but it does say in the numbers in the corner, which threw me off originally, so that's my fault. But I needed this one, and it is out of 10. Since it is Be a Player from back in the day, they do not number it, but these emblems and patches like this are in fact out of 10. And it looks like it might have been signed at one point, the number, but hard to say. Really nice patch piece though. Cool card. So I'm just going to shift this here just to take a little bit of a better image of those. And I have to keep refocusing it, so I do apologize for that, but it makes it a little easier to see. Okay, so right now at this point, already huge mail day, tons of great cards, but this last one I think warrants a little bit of a showcase on its own because I want to show it to you. So these are the ones that we've got so far, showing some pretty cool cards. These are rarer than the last one I'm going to show you, but you'll see why I wanted to separate out the last one, but I'll have it on the screen here for just one more second. Great stuff so far. This last one is not the rarest piece in this whole grouping, but it is kind of cool in that it finishes off a little mini rainbow. So that's always fun. So here we go. Move that out of the way. Okay, so in order to finish this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift these 2 back here, and I'm going to put the focus on the one in the center. So I'm going to show you these ones that I already had previously, and then we'll finish off with the last piece that is one of the new additions as well. So this is from 2000, I believe 2003, 2004, if memory serves me. And these are the ones that came Pacific Atomic, and these were the McDonald's memorabilia cards that you were able to get by redemption. Now what happened is they had 3 variants of it. So I'll show you 2 of the ones that I had already previously, and then we'll finish off with the last one. So first you had a silver patch. So you can see already there, a nice 4-color piece out of 150. So that's a good one. And then they have a gold patch. Very similar design, almost identical, but it's out of 100 with the gold foil. Pretty much the same. Okay. Now you can imagine where I'm going with this. There is one more piece, one more variant, and this is the rarest of the 3. So this is the patch and patch game use stick, and these were numbered to 50. So you can see, I would argue the best patch of the bunch, and a really good patch considering, again, the window. Really fantastic. And you got the stick piece as well with the little Easton logos, which is kind of cool. See that there? But this is also numbered 50 of 50, which is always neat. It's not necessary. It's not something I'm necessarily looking for, but it's a nice little bonus. Last one in the print run, and they saved a good patch piece for it, which I do appreciate. And that is the rainbow of this particular year and this particular insert. So all 3 variants, out of 150, out of 100, and out of 50. And that is how we're going to conclude this thing. So with all those pickups between the COMC and the eBay, we made tremendous progress. And like I mentioned in the previous, and like I mentioned in the intro, kind of to begin with, it met one of my goals. My goal was to get to 2,000 unique Mike Modano cards before the end of the year, and I set the bar kind of low intentionally because I knew I was well in progress to be able to do that. But nonetheless, I wanted to be able to also focus on some other projects. There will still be more Modanos coming into the collection over the coming months. I'm not going to stop collecting, but I'm going to be a lot pickier. It's going to have to be stuff that's a lot more of the caliber of what you saw towards the tail end of this mail day. Like, there's some really good stuff still out there for me to chase, but it's going to have to be stuff like that. I'm not going to worry as much about quantity. But if there's an opportunity to pick up something from the 90s, especially that I still need on a checklist, of course, I'll certainly prioritize that. But anyway, with all that said, the video's gone on long enough, so we're going to finish off with the totals. So at the end of this week, the week of April 16th, 2021, I'm finishing with 2,045 different Mike Modano cards with 178 autographs total and 410 memorabilia cards. So now we're slowly moving our way to 500 memorabilia cards and 200 autographs, which is kind of fun milestones on their own, but over 2,000 unique cards. So we blew well past that with between the COMC and the regular kind of eBay mail days. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed. It wasn't a short video because there was a lot of ground to cover, but just the same, we'll be back on the channel on Sunday. It'll be open format with an open link, and we can talk about what anybody wants to talk about. If you have any comments or questions on anything here on this video, or any comments or questions that you'd like addressed on the live stream, you can certainly let me know in the comments. Like if you liked the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.